I don't know what you did, but you did it right. Girl, you make it look so easy. Everywhere you go, hair's turning left and right. Can't say you a dime, you're a 20-piece. Cause girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me don't let you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, why you gotta look so good, 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 good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put that clothes on, girl, why you gotta look so good? I can look and see you're not an average chick. You're shutting it down everywhere you go. Girl, I want you as bad as I wanna check. Cause you're sexy from head to toe. Girl, you're the reason I be acting funny. Everything in me telling me all that you get away. And all the guys looking like they wanna love you. Every day I'm your body, got not over my dead body. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done, nails done, when you put your grown on. It's something about you when you put your grown on. Oh, when you're waking up straight out of bed, girl, why you gotta look so good? Oh, when you're at the job just taking a break, girl, why you gotta look so good? In the club turning up, why you gotta look so good? On the dance floor, giving more. Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good? Girl, you know you be killing them when you be getting your own woman on. Why you gotta look so good? With your hair done and your nails done, when you put that grown on, girl, why you gotta look so good? Girl, why you gotta look so good? Why you gotta look so good?
Taking my life to the next level. I can do anything, I can do anything. On point, on fleek, looking incredible. I can do anything, I can do anything. It's time to shine as I live my life. Cause the dreams are high. Turn up my I can do anything, I can do anything. Oh, oh, I can do anything, I can do anything. I can do anything, I can do anything. Oh, I can do anything, I can do anything. I can do anything, I can do anything. Oh, I can do anything, I can do anything. I can do anything, I can do anything. Do anything. It's time for the future, 'cause the future is the only thing on my mind.
Hey. Oh, my goodness. Happy Sunday, everybody. We are so glad everybody is here and safe.
Safe. In the flesh.
So we apologize. Today we have had technical difficulties. We are so glad everybody. Okay, wait a minute. And safe. Okay, what is going on? So we apologize. Okay.
Again, technical difficulties.
Technical difficulties all morning and a couple of mishaps, with a couple of individuals. But we're here.
Yes, such is life.
We're here. Such is life.
Right.
And so we're here to turn life up. Okay?
That's right. In spite of it all. In spite of all.
Right.
Thank you all so much. Who is this here? Antonio. There we are. Antonia, thank you for tuning in. Yes. We have some special guests for you guys today, and one of them is already with us, so we're going to bring her on very shortly. Just wanted to start the show off, first of all, greeting everybody. Peace, love, and blessings to all of you guys and your families. And thank you once again for tuning in to Turn Up Life. I'm Aziza Lisa, here with my co-host, Miss Nafisha Miller. Nafisha Sarah.
Nafisha Sarah, here in the flesh. Hey, everybody, how you doing today?
And Miss Sister Africa
Everybody,
in the house.
Happy Sunday, everybody.
Yes. We are missing one.
Yes.
We're missing one today, so shout out to our co-host, our sister, Kendra.
Kendra, we're missing you.
Kendra.
Love you.
We're going to miss you today. Yeah, so Kendra had some previous obligations that she had to tend to that she had already committed to, but she'll see you guys the next time we air. Actually, I need to let you guys know we won't be on next Sunday. Because of the holidays. We're going to take a quick break, but January 2nd we will return.
Ooh, we'll be turning back up.
We'll be turning back up. Okay,
a few notches up.
Now, that'll be after January 1st, so we're going to advise you guys to make sure you turning up, right.
Yes.
Bringing the new year in. Don't
That's
don't
right.
overdo it. And
Don't do too much.
Don't do too much. Doing too much on New Year's Eve.
Too much. T-E-W. Too much.
So we're going to go ahead and get started. I am really excited about our guest today. We've got a yoga instructor with us. Her name is Danielle Latrice, and we're going to go ahead and bring her on in. Danielle, are you there?
I am. I can now hear you guys, but I can't see anybody. Can you guys see me?
We can see you.
We can see you.
You can? I wonder
Yes.
what happened to y'all. Y'all was dancing and then y'all went away.
Okay. We still here. We're not dancing right now, but we're still here.
Happy Sunday to you.
Yes.
Happy Sunday.
Thank you.
How did the
I
class go
appreciate
this morning? I missed the class this morning.
You missed a good one, too. It was mostly a cardio class.
Okay.
And we've never done that before, so it was very basic.
Okay.
But it never stopped. And then we did a big stretch towards the end. So, yeah, you missed a good one. I might hit y'all again with it Tuesday. We'll see.
Okay.
Nice.
So you guys know, this is my number one yoga instructor here.
Awesome.
Nice.
And she is awesome. I mean, she is really awesome. I love when I'm working out, when someone is giving you information as you're working out. I don't know, is it just me personally?
No,
or you
I
like
love
Yes,
Yeah.
it helps.
like
2 for 1.
don't just instruct me on what we're doing. Tell me why we're doing what
That's
we're
right.
doing, because that motivates me even more.
Absolutely.
It's like, okay,
Absolutely.
This stretch here is for your hip, and if I know I've got hip issues or my hips are a little tight, then I'm like, oh, okay, cool. So I know that this stretch is for that in particular. So when I leave here, now I know what to do for
That's
that.
right.
You know what I mean? So she's
Absolutely.
very, very informational. I have to comment on the post that we put up regarding you in terms of promoting.
Oh, yeah.
So she's got 2 poses, and one of them is that the tree pose?
I
Where you're
believe
on your knee.
The tree
that
pose?
is sort of a kind of an extended tree pose.
Okay.
So you go all the way down. We'll do that one day because I believe you can do it. Don't let Aziza fool y'all while she giving me all these accolades. Excellent
Come on.
at everything.
That's right.
So
Wow. No,
That's
praise
right.
good.
God.
So
That's
very
really
good.
good.
And it's so
Impressive.
impressive.
She's
Yeah.
And I've been, every time I see you come in, I'm always so excited and honored
Oh
to
my
have
gosh. Wow, that's big, because
That
normally when I
is.
come in to you, that's when I have not been doing what I need to do.
And you
So you're trying
can't,
to prove
and I
yourself
always
even more,
tell
you
you,
know?
I can't help.
Yeah, so but I wanted to go back to the post because I had a comment. Shout out to Pastor Mia K. Knight in Houston, Texas. And she saw your pose and she said, "Wow, the knees though. Look at the knees." And I'm like, absolutely, because the pose, I would have to say, out of everything that we've done in yoga, the tree pose is the most difficult for me. So to see that you had, done it in a different position other than standing, and you were literally right next to the ground, I was like, wow. But today we want to talk about, not only is she a yoga instructor, she's actually a manager, one of the managers for fitness instructors with LA Fitness. And so she goes around to different LA Fitness locations and fills them whenever she needs to, in addition to taking care of her own classes.
Nice.
And again, just very, very much so full of information. You're going to get a lot from her. So I wanted to bring her on today, and we'll have her on again as well, just to talk about, last week we talked with Kendra during our Love in My Space segment about decluttering and how important that was. And so today with yoga, I want us to talk about decluttering the mind and just the connection with yoga from a wellness, wholeness standpoint and a standpoint of, really feeding your mind properly and nourishing your mind properly just in practicing yoga. And if you could go into that for us and just give us more insight.
I mean, the insight in just the question is already part of the answer. And probably you guys already touched on it, but when we have a cluttered space, it's usually reflective of what's happening in our mental space and vice versa. So sometimes we got so many thoughts that we haven't dealt with, so many things come at us. We have children, we have jobs, we have our own situations going on, relationships. And sometimes we're not dealing with those things, and you look around your room. I do this on a weekly basis. Like, how did my room get here? My room was so pretty last week. How did I get back too cluttered?
Right.
And it's usually when I'm really tired, when I'm giving a lot of myself, but not taking the time to really do for myself what I do for yoga students and some of my strength training clients. When I'm not doing that, usually that's when my whole life gets out of order. And you guys probably did touch on that, but those two are sort of lockstep together. So a cluttered mind, you can't help but have a cluttered car, cluttered house, and sometimes you can look and get that information from your space and say, okay, what do I need right now to balance myself? Because a lot of times those are signs that we have lost our balance. And balance, I always say, is not a fixed thing. It's constant recalibration. And so it's balancing and all these balls that we have juggling in the air. Sometimes it means taking some of those balls away. And sometimes it means stopping everything and stop doing so much and kind of shift to being. And that always sounds like woo-woo a little bit when we say things like that. But to be is sort of the root of everything that we do. Otherwise, everything that we do is doo-doo.
It's doo-doo.
I had a yoga student actually say that to me. Like, I like when you talk about being, because I need to be more often, because when I'm just doing, it is doo-doo, and that cracked me up because it is the truth.
It is funny, but it makes sense.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
And that
go
you
ahead.
mentioned that, I wanted to say, because I was looking at, just doing some research, and there was a wellness magazine that was talking about mindful practices and just how that has increased over time. That during the 1960s, it was more of a cultural, phase where people were just doing it for a lifestyle. In the 1970s, it really increased, and people started becoming more aware of mindful practices and yoga. And then now, of course, we know that the numbers have definitely increased with more people meditating, more people doing yoga. As a matter of fact, as of 2017, more than 14% of the population had started to meditate, up from 4% in 2012. So, and
Wow.
we're, you know, of course, we're 2000, getting ready to be 22
Right.
now.
Right.
So I can only imagine the numbers now, because I know quite a few people that are practicing, teaching.
It's a
you know,
lifestyle.
it's a lifestyle. Yes,
Absolutely.
and even in our class, I noticed there's more and more men that are starting to practice yoga.
I love that too.
Yeah.
Because that didn't used to be the case. They used to be
Yes.
filled, just like Pilates studios used to be, or really still are sort of filled with mostly women. But the yoga classes, I have students all the time say, we had equal men to women in this class. And it's always something to really take note of, because men are seeing that this is for them as well.
Yes.
We all are human beings, and we all need to learn how to be. It's not even something that we need to learn. It's about just eliminating clutter. Just how you started was perfect, because that's really what it is. And today in class, I didn't talk so much. So you talked about how I give little notes and stuff during the class. Today, because it was cardio based and we were up and down, everybody was sweating. You don't have to say too many things except for just to give the proper cues for body alignment. But moving your body automatically causes you to completely release whatever thoughts you were thinking, whatever you were struggling with. Somehow it just melts. As you sweat, it's almost like the stress comes off of you with the sweat, melts right into your mat. And then it's easier to actually get into a state of meditation. And it's so good what you said, because yoga, the asanas are actually just the third limb of yoga. So yoga, we think in the West, we think of yoga as this pose and the poses you saw on the flyer of me doing those things are attractive to people. But that came so many thousands of years after the actual practice of learning to meditate. They actually created those poses because they meditated for so long that it started to become a hindrance. Sitting for long periods of time is not good for any of us. So they actually created asanas or yoga poses as a way of stretching the body out, because just sitting causes your spine to actually you shrink down, because gravity is pressing on all of us all day long. And if you sit for long periods of time in meditation, as they were doing, it has sort of an adverse effect on your body. So they learned and developed the poses to go along with the yoga practice.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
Hey, man.
Now you mentioned something when you were talking about the cardio and just how that helps to relieve stress. I really want to talk about that for a minute, because for you guys, when you work out, does that do that? I mean, for me, it's a stress reliever.
Absolutely, it is.
More
Yes,
so
cardio
than
is my
even,
favorite.
even more so than, you're going to the gym, of course, to maybe stay in shape, lose
Right.
weight, maintain. But more than that, for me, it's an opportunity for me to just focus on me,
Yes.
relieve some stress, take my mind off of everything else that's happening,
Absolutely.
And yoga really does that. So, but even like you're saying, the cardio, because what else can you think about when you're doing that?
Exactly. When you're just trying to keep up.
Yes, absolutely. And you also talked about just being in a state of being, or again, it's a mindful practice. So you are totally aware of yourself, your body, your movement, anything that pains you. In some of the research that I was doing, it was talking about mindfulness and meditation and how that goes hand in hand, and where you focus on awareness and the sense and the feel of what you're experiencing in that moment. And I know you touch on that a lot in class. Actually, you'll say, okay, where are you right now? Just concentrate on where you are at this moment.
Right. One of the main goals, or one of the meanings of yoga, yoga means to yoke, to join. So it could mean to come into alignment with your spirit. Like we said, we're constantly doing, and sometimes our energy is at the job, or our energy is with our significant other or our children, not in the body. So we come to unite our and align our spirits, but also to align the me with greater consciousness, with infinite intelligence or God. But one of my favorite definitions of yoga is the cessation of fluctuations of the mind. That is a meaning of yoga. And what they call it in Sanskrit is chitta vritti naroda. So chitta vritti is mind wave. So the mind is constantly here, just like if you were at a beach and you see the waves, they come, they go, they're all over the place. Naroda is just the smoothing out of the wave to cease that mind wave, and you come into a space of centering into your body. And that's the whole goal of yoga, is not for you to wrap your leg around the back of your head, unless that's what you want to do. With time, you can do that as well, if that's what your goal is. But the main goal is to just, for me, release a little madness every time I step on the mat. That's really how I look at it. It's because we get so busy, so caught up, and you don't really know where you are. And I didn't even start yoga for that reason. It was just like a natural progression as a fitness instructor. Okay, well, now I need to move on to yoga. That's really why I got into it. But and the aesthetic benefits of yoga, just how beautiful it looks. But now what really keeps me in yoga and makes it my favorite form of exercise is the fact that I can slow down. So I like to lift weights. I like to run. I'm lying, y'all. I don't like neither one of those. That was a lie. But what I enjoy, I don't even know how that lie fell out my face. Just so fast.
So funny.
But what I love about yoga is just because somebody's reminding you, inhale here, exhale there, move this and inhale, exhale and bring that back. Aziza, you already know. I say inhale, exhale at least 50 times in the class, and I'm being modest about that.
Yes.
But it allows you to really come back to your body and truly, because sometimes I can be running or doing any kind of exercise and my mind is running. I'm still thinking 1,000 things.
Absolutely.
But when I'm taking deep breaths in and somebody's reminding me to come back to myself,
Yes.
I need that. You know what I mean? I need that.
I'm glad you mentioned that, because breathing was actually the next thing.
That's what I was saying.
I wanted to, I wanted you to end with talking about breathing, the importance of breathing, and just even when you're not practicing yoga or doing a class, just the importance of you getting to know how to take deep breaths and release at different times throughout the day, just to help you.
Centering yourself.
Centering yourself, yes.
Absolutely. The breath is life. We can go a long time without food. We can even go longer than we think we can without water. But how long can we go without breath? Yes. So if we can't make it out of this hour without taking another breath, breath is life. And so and it's astonishing how in the West, there's no emphasis on how to breathe. This is in other cultures, they learn this like they learn to tie their shoes at very young ages. And we in the West, we tend to breathe in a very shallow way. And then sometimes we end up getting out of breath because sometimes we can go a few beats without even taking a breath. And so we'll go, or we'll yawn to kind of take in more oxygen because we're breathing so shallow. And a yawn is just a way of taking in more of that air. Sometimes in the very beginning, when I say inhale, open mouth, exhale, that is my favorite sound in the world. When the class goes, that calms me down. Listening to the students exhale. We wouldn't leave money on the table. I always say that. If there was money unclaimed on the table, we wouldn't leave it. we would get that money. But we leave a lot of oxygen that is ours out there, and it's so beneficial. One time my daughter was having a little panic attack to the point where she was almost climbing the walls. And I've never seen anybody have a panic attack. And she told me that she was having it, but I never ever got a chance. Not that it was something I wanted to see, but I saw her and her eyes were bugged out and she was afraid. Because when you can't take a good breath in, or when you start to feel like you're dying when you're having a panic attack.
Yes.
And so I grabbed her shoulders and I started breathing with her. Inhale, exhale. And then I kind of shook her and I just started it really wasn't my words that got her to start breathing deep. It really was me breathing deep. So sometimes you can be, Aziza, you are a perfect example of this. Something about your aura is like a deep breath. It really is. So when people come around you, you'll start to notice this now that I'm saying this. People might calm down just because they came around you. I know so many women like this. And they have this aura that literally calms you down. And sometimes you can just take deep breaths when you're in a situation that is volatile or that you're not even involved in, and you start breathing deep. Somebody else is going to start breathing deep. It's that type of thing. Just like if somebody in the studio yawns, somebody else is probably going to yawn as well.
That's true.
And it really is something that we should practice, even if you have to set an alarm 3 times a day to have you stop here at this time and use deep breathing. So many different techniques we do that you can do in a daily basis to just get oxygen to the brain. It helps you to think better, and it clears clutter, and it gives you just a general sense of well-being just to focus on deep breathing.
So let me say this before you leave, if you can give us an example of that. I wanted to read you a couple of comments, though, before you leave out. Antonia. Okay. Antonia said, Danielle's my cousin. She's so proud of you.
Oh, thanks,
Antonia. Okay. And let's see. Someone else said you look like their cousin, Lisa Ray McCoy.
Oh, how nice.
Okay.
That's a compliment.
Wow.
Yes, it is. Someone else heard you make the comment about running. Monica, 7, said she loves to run, actually, so that was funny.
Those are all my cousins. These are
your
all
cousins. Look at family
right
tuning in. Okay.
Oh, so sweet.
Oh, and Martell. Okay, so Lisa Ray McCoy's cousin is Martell McCoy. Thanks for tuning in, Martell. Let's see. And we had another one. Someone else, what is this? Pretty hippie. Okay, pretty hippie.
She wants to know the information for class.
Plain Jane. She
Right,
said, where is
exactly.
class located?
Aziza, right? Everywhere. So if you have a membership to LA Fitness, I'm pretty much everywhere in the south suburbs. And if you don't, I have a home studio where I teach classes at as well. And you can just befriend me on Facebook or Instagram, and we can connect if you're not a member of LA Fitness already. You can take classes in my home gym. Thank you for the question.
Yeah, so you guys have her information on our Facebook post, so definitely connect with her. And lastly, someone said, who's this, T. Renee? Says she likes the idea of actually setting an alarm to breathe 3 times a day.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Really, I was being nice. I really wanted to say every 2 hours because that's about how much we need it. But 3 times, all of us can do 3 times. Where you just set an alarm and you just take maybe 30 seconds of deep breathing.
So can you give us an example just so the audience can see you? Let's do it with you.
Let's all do some together.
Okay. Let's do it, y'all.
Okay.
Okay, so I don't know if you guys, I wish I could see y'all. I can only see my peanut head up in here.
Oh, no.
But it's okay.
You're beautiful.
Thank you. So let's all close our eyes. Just close your eyes.
For all those tuning in live.
Everybody tuning in live, close your eyes just for a moment. Nothing to see here. And then release any tension from your forehead. Just let it go. Release any tension from your cheeks or your jawline and let your shoulders melt down away from your ears. Take a deep inhale through your nose right here. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Take another slow, deep inhalation. Breathe in, fill up your lungs, and open mouth, exhale, sigh it out, let it go. One more, just like that, slow, deep inhalation, fill up your lungs, and then hold your breath at the top. Open mouth, exhale, sigh that breath out. And then again, let the shoulders just relax. If you need to rock side to side, if you need to let your head go from side to side, go ahead. And then begin to breathe in through the nose and out of the nose. This is called our Ujjayi Pranayama breath, where we constrict the back of the throat. We kind of move the glottis forward a little bit. So the breath sort of sounds like a baby sleeping or an oceanic wave, or the breath might sound even like Darth Vader. So it's just this deep, slow breathing. So we're going to inhale for the count of 4, hold our breath for the count of 4, and then we'll exhale and pause. So take a deep breath in to begin. Exhale, let it go. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. 2 more. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. 4, 3, 2, 1. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Pause. One more time. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4. Hold your breath. Exhale, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Take a deep breath in. Open mouth, exhale, let it go. Blink your eyes open. And notice how much calmer you might feel. You might have even felt a little bit sleepy after doing it. Whatever you feel, just notice it for a moment. Notice if you felt a little bit self-conscious. Notice if you felt a little bit more calm. Notice if it made you a little bit more sleepy. There is no right or wrong way to breathe. Well, there is. You could breathe shallow and have a panic attack. That's not how we want to breathe.
Yes.
But if we, and I really believe the reason why people really get into smoking so much and why, other than obviously nicotine and the addictive properties of nicotine, I believe a reason why people feel like when they start to get hazard and things start getting tough, listen, I need to go outside and I need to smoke. Because look how they smoke. That will be addictive. And it feels good. So it's not even just the nicotine and all of those things in the cigarette or the weed that is calming people down. It's really that forced inhalation, that slow exhalation that is causing those harmonizing effects on your nervous system.
Yeah, never
And
thought
so,
of that.
yeah, absolutely. It's those deep breaths.
Yeah.
Thank you guys
Well,
for
Danielle,
doing that. Thanks
yes.
for asking me to do that.
Thank you for having
You
us
know,
do that.
and I'm
or giving
sure
us that exercise.
our guests look like they are definitely thankful.
Yes.
We've got T. Renee said, my shoulders feel a lot more relaxed.
Yes.
And T.
Yes.
Renee also said she learned to control her anxiety with breathing. So, I mean, you're on point. We really hope our listeners are really gathering this information, taking it in, and that you will utilize it. Definitely connect with Danielle Latrice on Facebook and, come to one of her classes. If you're not an LA Fitness member, then absolutely just go ahead and
Sign up for a class.
sign up for a class with
Okay.
her, or connect with her and find out where she's doing maybe some private lessons. Yeah. What's the 509? Oh, okay, okay.
Say her name one more time. Someone's asking, how do you spell her name?
Okay, and so her name is spelled Deniel and then Latrice, Latrice. And if you check our Facebook page, you'll absolutely see her information as well. So we thank you. We've got to get out of here.
Thank you.
so much for tuning
Thank
in.
all of y'all.
Yes.
Y'all, I watched
So
y'all
nice.
last week. Y'all are so beautiful and
thank you.
inspiring,
Likewise.
and y'all make the perfect mix on that panel up there.
Oh,
Y'all
wow.
really
Appreciate
bring
that.
so much, and I thank you for having me. I'm so grateful.
Thank you. Well, we will have you
appreciate you.
again. You have a blessed
Thank
Thank you,
Sunday.
thank you. We thank you kindly.
Okay.
Absolutely.
Thank
Peace and blessings. So you guys, oh
Yes.
wow.
That was
That was
so
awesome.
beneficial. It really was.
I had to keep from
relaxing.
getting too relaxed. I'm like,
I
okay,
know.
wait a minute. I got to get back to turn up light.
Right.
But I'm
It
so
was
glad
so
you touched on that. I have to say,
Yes.
because even with my clients at work, I focus on the breathing. That's the first thing I do when I start my skincare services.
Wow.
That's
Nice.
it's just imperative. And
Okay.
of course, we learned throughout this pandemic the importance of our oxygen, right? So
Yes.
that's just something that, like she said, it should be a daily practice.
Now, does that help with just relaxing their face muscles
Yes,
before you do the facial?
it does, but just
Wow.
them being in a state of being, like she mentioned just now. So I just want them to just kind of like release what they walked in with or carrying, so
Okay.
that they can just be in the present.
Yes.
And it helps.
Yes.
If they don't walk out with less than extraordinary or wonderful feeling, then I didn't do my job. So
Okay.
yeah, it has to start with just making sure that they are in the present. So
Yeah.
that
And
is so important. I like that.
The point you made, everything starts from within.
It
Yeah.
does start from
Yeah.
within.
So whatever we're doing. So listen, guys, we're actually running
Oh,
pretty tight on time. So
Yes.
we want to, Maja, if you can call in now so that we can go ahead and introduce you. Maja
we still have time for.
Mccaskill.
Okay, good.
Yeah.
And I know I have live viewers on mine. I'm not sure if they're able to hear the
Yeah.
live.
Oh,
they are able to
wow.
hear. Okay.
I don't. Well, they can't hear the guests. I don't.
Oh, they
think.
can't hear the guests.
because we can hear it in our
Oh,
headphones. so,
right,
yeah.
right. So for the viewers that are on live, I apologize. Sure.
But you can go back and definitely take
Yes.
a listen, on live and on the What's in It for the Black People
Yes,
media.
so go
you
to
can
What's
hear.
in It for the Black People radio so that you can watch this segment live or just review it
Facebook,
later.
YouTube, Twitter.
Yes, yes. Thank you all.
Lanita Stewart says thank you. She needed that, obviously, as well.
awesome.
Monica, Monica 7 Lockhart. We thank you all for tuning in, definitely. So we do have one more guest that we're hoping will call in shortly, Miss Maja Mccaskill, and she is
Yes.
over strengthening for a nation. She's coming on?
Yes.
Okay, good. Yeah. And before she comes on, actually, I do want to say, is she on?
Yes.
Okay, good. I was looking at another show that's on not on Turn Up Live, on What's in It for the Black People media this week. And let me get my notes.
There she is.
Oh, here she is. Okay.
Hello.
Well, I will mention that in a minute.
Hi, another
So-
beauty.
Doing? Good to see you.
Yes,
Welcome.
definitely good to see you.
This is Miss Maja Mccaskill. She is the owner. I don't know how else to say that. it's a non-for-profit organization. Yeah. So I know that, when you have a non-for-profit, you're not actually, the owner of it. It's more of a group, effort. You have a board, but she's over the Strengthening for a Nation nonprofit organization doing amazing work in the
Absolutely.
community. Welcome, Maja. Can you hear us?
Oh, maybe she's muted.
Maja, can you hear us? Unmute your, we can see you. you might need to go out.
If she can hear us. I'm
Yeah,
not
you
even
can
sure
hear
she
us. She said our technical support said you may need to go out and then come back in because we can't hear you. So did you want to try to do that? Try to click it off and then go back on to the link and come back on. Okay.
Oh, so
we're
she's
gonna
going to
give
do that.
Maja
Okay.
a minute. Yeah.
Yes.
Wow, technical difficulties
Yes,
all day today.
that's what we started. We started out the show by explaining that. So hopefully everyone understands, which of course patience is a virtue. So we thank you all for your patience.
Yeah, thank you, everybody.
But while we're waiting, so there's another show that's actually on What's in It for the Black People Media called New Era Chicago.
Okay.
Wow. And so I was looking at that today.
they're
and
amazing.
They are amazing. So shout out. I know you guys don't know me. I was watching your show. And actually, so there were a couple of points that you made that were awesome in regards to giving back to the community.
Yes.
I want to segue what we're doing here with Maja because Maja is being introduced because she has a non-for-profit and we are highlighting with Turn Up Life, we're highlighting those that are giving back to the community with non-for-profits. So I was listening to New Era Chicago and Brother E made a statement that was so powerful. He said, your enemy is diabolical, but your brother is broken. So, and he was saying that in reference to us being more patient with one another. We have to understand we're dealing with so many different elements in our community, not to justify wrongdoing. Wrongdoing is wrongdoing, and we are to help each other as much as we can before it goes too far where somebody's got prison time or done something, that cost them their life and all of that. We, as a community, we have to pull together, but we also have to understand each other and just have more of a
Compassion,
heartfelt, compassion and more of a heartfelt approach.
I think that compassion is a real key component.
Yes.
I like to use the example of we're going to a business and have a bad experience. It's not one of our businesses.
Yes.
But we go into one of our own, we'll never go back.
Oh, yes.
That is
So
very
we
true.
need to have that love, that compassion.
I'm glad
that
you pointed that
space
out.
To
Absolutely.
give us another chance.
Yes.
So we go back to theirs all the time.
We sure do.
Absolutely.
We're not
Time and time and again.
hesitation.
Yes, time and time again. That's very true.
One
Good
bad
point.
experience with us, and I ain't going back.
We give up.
Okay.
We're very
Don't
hard on
yell
each
and
other.
Shout them out. Absolutely.
I often say we got to be gentle, more gentle with
We
each other.
gotta
So
be
yeah,
more
what you
gentle.
just said, compassion and just being patient, all those different things.
And
Yes.
just acknowledging one another.
Yes.
I find that when we're out and about, a lot of times, especially with our young people, they just want us to say hi to them.
They do.
They just want to be acknowledged.
I agree.
How you feeling? How you doing?
Right.
It makes a
Sometimes they
difference.
jump. They're
Yes.
shocked that you spoke to them.
Yes.
Wow. Show them some love,
Come on.
smile at
Being
them.
seen. That's so key.
Yeah.
Give
Yes.
them that love.
So she's back now.
That love versus the judgment. Because I think
Absolutely.
a lot of times they get judgment without your mouth opening. They can see it in your nonverbal
Your energy,
communication.
that's right.
Yes.
In your
That's
energy.
a real
The energy.
communication
Yes,
number.
yeah. So Maja is back. We're going to get
Yes.
to Miss
Thanks
Maja
for pointing that out, though, but
Mccaskill.
That's very good.
Can you hear us now? Maja, are you there? Hey.
Oh wow, what's going on?
Oh, no.
It's nothing.
We
on
can't
our
hear
end, huh?
you. Okay, say something, Maja. She's saying something, but we can't hear her.
Oh no.
Oh, man.
let's
it's a real
see.
technical situation.
It really
Yeah.
is.
Okay. Oh,
Right.
so I don't know what's going on. We can hear you.
We
But,
can see.
I mean,
you,
we can see you, but we can't hear you.
anything.
Was he share the information? 'Cause
Yeah.
That organization is
Okay,
powerful.
well, let's do this.
Yeah.
Okay, she said, hold on a second.
Okay.
Let's see. We're going to try one more thing. In the meantime, her organization is called Strengthening a Nation. So it's strengtheninganation.org. And you can contact her or connect with her in that way. But she helps to build our youth in the community in some powerful ways with teaching them how to be entrepreneurs. I've personally met a couple of young people that she's helped, and they have their own businesses and are thriving. And so she does amazing work with giving food giveaways, and she's also an author of a book, and she does a lot of, speaking engagements and empowering people in the community, not just our youth.
Yes.
So yeah,
Just
she's
helping set up your nonprofit. Help you
yes.
understand your business.
Yes. Okay.
I mean,
Absolutely.
just the whole nuts and bolts of understanding what you want to do.
Absolutely.
Right? Helping you to understand what you want to go out there and do. So
Okay.
Yeah, and here's her book.
A
Yes.
purpose-driven.
Nice.
A purpose.
Can you talk now, Maja? Can we try to hear you? Can you say something? Okay.
Yikes.
Well, I guess we'll have to have Maja back
We have to have
on.
her
If
back,
you're
for
available,
sure.
A Purpose-Driven Woman is the
Okay,
name of her
Purpose-Driven
book.
Woman.
So you guys can see her, okay? You
For
can
those
see
that are
her.
on, yes.
Yeah, those that are
Online.
checking us out live, you can see her, and she just, put her book up. So you guys, please
Awesome.
support and connect with her. But we will definitely have her back on. Yep, A
I love it.
Purpose-Driven Woman.
Beautiful.
Okay. So, Maja, we're going to have you back on. I don't know what happened here, but we've had some technical difficulties we've been dealing with a lot today. Yes. On the phone? No, because we got to do it on the video. So, we'll have you back on, though. Yes. Oh.
Our sincere apologies about today and the mishaps.
So sorry. Oh my gosh. We will have Maja back on. You guys, please check out strengtheningforanation.org.
Yes.
As you are in this gift giving season. Please donate to her organization. I cannot even, just go into how powerful the work is that she's doing. And that's why she's going to be highlighted. And she's highlighted today and will be highlighted again as one of the guests on our show. So strengtheninganation.org and check out her book, A Purpose-Driven Woman. Okay. So Maja, we will get you back on. I'll give you a call after this and we'll set everything up. Okay.
Thank you for being here. If
I
you
think
can
she's
hear
still
us.
trying to make it happen. Yes.
Okay. Yes. Okay.
But guys, we're actually getting ready to
Yes.
close out the show.
Okay.
Yeah. So, Maja. Oh no.
Gotta have her back. She has
We'll
so
have
much
you back. We will
information.
have you back. Okay. But listen, I want to actually reiterate that again from Brother E. If you guys have not checked out their show, to check out New Era Chicago and, his comment about our enemy. Our enemy is diabolical. There's-
Brother E, Sister Erica.
Yes.
New Era Chicago is amazing. They have chapters all over the world.
I had another comment, Sister Erica, Sister E.
She called.
She said,
That's my
listen,
sister.
growing is not a one-time thing. Sister E, I love that.
She
Growing is not a one-time thing. That's what Turn Up Life is about. It's
That's
about
right.
constantly
Constant.
elevating, constantly growing.
Yes.
It's not over until it's over, y'all.
Come on.
Got that right. Say it again.
Until you're gone, every day is a chance for you to improve.
That's
Yes.
right.
A chance to do something different, something new,
Be
and
better.
make
That's right.
Yes.
and get better. It is.
That's right.
So shout out to that team, New Era
They
Chicago.
call. I
Yes.
love y'all.
Definitely. So, guys, we're getting ready to end the show. Just wanted to look at a few more of your comments. Thank you, Joe Johnson, for tuning in. Oh, Joe said, "Oh no." I know, Joe. We're the same thing.
We'll have
Oh
her back.
no.
We'll have her back.
We will have her back. Yes.
Tiger Lily's on.
Oh, Tiger
You know, that's one of my
Lily.
She's been
favorites.
supporting, yes, since the beginning.
love
Hi, Tiger
Yes,
Tiger
she
Lily.
is. We love you.
Thank you, thank
Shamael
you.
Israel, she's on. She's been with us since day one as well.
sure
Shout out,
has.
sis. Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you guys so much
All
for
right.
tuning in. You guys, we will see you not next Sunday, on January
Next
2nd,
Sunday.
after
Yes.
the holidays,
January
okay?
2nd.
Continue to keep growing, keep going. Keep going, no matter what. I don't care
Yes.
what's going on in your life. Keep going and keep growing, keep improving. We're going to turn up and elevate everything we're doing, and we're going to turn up life.
Turn it up. Turn it up. Yes, ladies.
Turn it up.
Toast it up. Well, we're not toasting today. Okay.
Right.
So turn up.
I can do anything. It's time to shine. As I live my life, goals and dreams are high. Turn up my life. I can do anything. I can do anything. Oh, I can do anything. 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 It's time for the future, 'cause the future